My name is Addison DeMoss. I'm currently a student attending Morehouse College.
When he was 18 months old, I got a call to pick him up from a stranger. He has lived with me ever since.
I'm here at Family and Children's Service because my husband died by suicide 2 years ago.
I never envisioned myself being a victim of domestic violence. I was always a very strong woman, very independent.
It was really hard to make the move to come here.
I had been beaten down, I was very weak, I was scared and I was ashamed.
Most days it's a struggle to go through that.
Violence did not enter into my world, but here I sit in the middle of it, in a storm.
I was really confused because my dad was beating me and my mom, but yet he's always supposed to be a person that I'm supposed to look up to. So I didn't really know how to react. So I just needed someone to talk to and to listen to me. And I was a victim of bullying at school too, so I kind of got it at home and at school. I was kind of scared because I was intimidated and I was shy because my opinion had always been beaten down and I didn't really have anyone to talk to.
We were isolated. It's an overwhelming thing to get a call in the middle of the night or get a call in the middle of the day and say, I need you to take these children.
She's always had to act as not only my grandmother, but as my mother and my father.
And some grandparents become caregivers 5 and 6 and 7 children in the middle of the night.
I was ready to give up. It's a long journey to try to rebuild a life after you've had that sorrow and pain. There's a comfort and a peace to be able to talk with people who have experienced that terrible thing.
I had gone to just a regular counselor, but at the time my husband had kept the money to himself and I was not able to afford counseling, so I didn't receive any other counseling.
And there's also shame and you don't want to admit that that's going on. All through the abuse and everything, I always used to rely on my mom.
The process begins when you recognize you're in an abusive situation.
But I know I have a group of people who feel the same way I do and who think like I do and who have gone through that same excruciating pain.
Heidi helped me identify the forms of abuse that I was actually living in, and also the patterns of abuse, like the honeymoon stage, the escalation.
If I needed to call someone after hours, I knew I could.
I was too afraid to leave, and she allowed me to gain the strength I needed to leave.
Seeing what she's come through and what she's capable of, it just inspires me beyond measures.
Domestic violence does not discriminate. It comes in all forms and fashions and affects all people.
Through our counseling, we were able to share with each other and really have trust in each other about what was happening.
If we had gone a route of Addison being in foster care, he probably would not have known his cousins, his aunts.
At meetings, we're allowed to say what we think without being judged.
I would not want other women to repeat the same mistake over again. If you get the help and the counseling you need, you can recognize the batterer syndrome, you can see it, the unhealthy relationship, and you won't repeat the same mistake. Your reward is that you would be able to reach out and help others.
We've just been together and just been there for each other ever since.
I began to see how important it was for me to be a good mother to my daughter.
I have this child. I don't have an extra bed. I don't have this. I need something.
So just being in an environment where there are kids that kind of share the same similarities as me, that kind of made me feel as if I had more in common.
If you have a broken heart because of the trauma and the pain that you've been into, you need to reach out to someone.
Just coming over and over allowed me to feel safe and just realize that there were people willing to listen to me and that I wasn't alone anymore.
We became closer, we grew stronger together.
But now I feel comfortable sharing my story, and it's brought me closer with my mom, and so we can help other people that are going through the same thing.
And we built a beautiful life together.
I am positive that there are supporters out there who've had things happen to them, and maybe they didn't have anywhere to go, didn't know what to do.
The help I receive here It's wanting me to help other people who used to share the same position as me.
You will get the support, you will get the value that you need to go forward.
This is the place to get the help that people need.
He's the person that I wanted him to be.
They have helped me learn how to live my life again.
It is a very important part of Nashville and the community. It's a valuable asset.
It's far-reaching what this agency does.
You know, people helping me kind of inspire me to help other people. There's not one easy way to label what a family is or what that's supposed to mean. Just as long as you have someone that loves you and wants the best for you, to me that's really what a family can mean.